Hello. So, this is my intro video for a YouTube channel that I'm creating. It's probably going to be a little rough because it's my first video. But you gotta get through the bad ones before you get to the good ones. So my name's Caleb, and for a long time I've wanted to start a YouTube channel that talked about psychology, spirituality, productivity, self-help. I don't have any degrees, I don't have any certifications, but I do have a perspective like over 8 billion other people. And I like to think that my perspective is partially true at best. I'm probably wrong about a lot of things. I'm probably right about a lot of things. But I'm not 100% right and 100% wrong. And neither are you. So, a big fear that I've had with starting a channel is being misunderstood and people misinterpreting or getting hurt by what I have to say. And you might think, well, everybody has their own opinion, and many people should be able to know what works for them and what doesn't work for them. But speaking for myself, there's been times in my life, I'm 34, but there's been times in my life where I was in a place where I was vulnerable and I wanted to hear someone else's perspective. And I took their perspective over my own. And it hurt me emotionally and psychologically at times. And there's millions, if not billions, of people out there that have gone through that same thing. And I want to keep that in mind, that I could make a bunch of videos that say, don't believe me, find out for yourself. You could try this, see if it works for you. But there will be people out there that will take my perspective and won't discern and won't think for themselves. And there's a bunch of people out there that will think for themselves. And that's a difficult thing for me, is being able to make content while also in the back of my mind realizing that it could reach millions, if not billions of people. And I have no control over how they use my content, how they interpret it, and if they use it for good or for bad, if it helps or if it hurts. The only thing I have control over is doing my best to be authentic with my intentions, while also knowing that I'm a human being that has their own biases and has their own judgments and has strengths and weaknesses just like everybody else. And it's a humbling experience, but it's tough at times. I'm tired of not being able to share my perspective, feeling like I can't share it in the spaces that I'm in. So here I am on YouTube, and here I am on the internet, trying to share my perspective. And maybe there's a bunch of people out there that have a similar perspective that I can learn from. But I can't learn anything if I don't express myself authentically. and see how my reactions are and how it affects me, to be able to learn from the experience. And if you like this type of stuff, this is what this channel is about. It's called Beyond the Surface for a reason. I'm not here just to talk about surface level things. I'm here to talk about what I feel is deep. Let me rephrase that. I don't really feel like it's deep, but many people that I've tried to have these conversations with, they oftentimes would end it with, wow, that's deep, or I never thought about that, or wow, that's cool. And then they change a subject. I'm interested in questioning things that many people may only question when they're going through crisis or when they're going through it, having a tough time. And through that process, also wanting you guys to keep in mind that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, I don't have any of those degrees, and this is just my perspective. If you are struggling, deeply struggling, I highly recommend that you seek professional support, because I cannot provide that to you. And I can't say that more clearly. I cannot provide that to you. And I'd be doing you a disservice if I was to say that I could provide that to you. But I can't. What I can say is that it takes a lot of courage to ask for help if you feel like you need it. And there's nothing wrong with it. And you can learn a lot. And yes, there's a stigma towards getting help. There's a stigma towards it in the United States, which is where I'm from and where I'm living. So I'm more familiar with the structure of the United States than I am with the other structures of different countries around the world. So it might be different in other countries. It most likely is. But here, there's a stigma towards it. Speaking for myself, the thing that has helped me the most is when I've been in tough situations and I asked for help. And I learned from it. And I learned about myself. And I learned about others. I guess just to go on a little bit with that is I feel like one of the biggest struggles and toughest things to do, but the most beneficial in life, is to be willing to see what your weaknesses are. And also your strengths, but your weaknesses, the ones that keep you up at night, the ones that make you feel like you're not worthy to talk to other people, the ones that make you feel like if someone knew this about me, I would be devastated. Those ones. And it's tough because, it's your mind creating a story on why you can't do something that'll help you. But it's also your mind creating the story to keep the identity and keep you with the same habits and patterns that you've always been doing, to feel comfortable and have homeostasis inside of your body and feel balanced and not be challenged and be in your comfort zone. But if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you would never understand the depth to what I just said. And at the same time, me just saying all that, there's still spots in my life that I stay in my comfort zone. Does that make me a hypocrite? Maybe. Does that make me human? Yes. Does that make you a hypocrite? Maybe. Does that make you human? Yes. No matter how much you learn about yourself, no matter how much you learn about other people, you're always going to have some blind spots. You're always going to have weaknesses. You're going to have strengths. You're going to be better at some things than other people and worse at some things than other people. You're not going to be this character in life as if it was like a video game where all your attributes are 100% or balanced. There's going to be areas in your life where you're crap at. There's going to be areas in your life that you excel at. There's areas in my life that I'm crap at. There's areas in my life that I excel at. There's things that come easy to me. There's things that come easy to you. There's things that make me struggle so much because I don't understand it. Same with you. No matter what I say on this YouTube channel or the internet, there's a good chance that I'm working on it too. I'm just sharing my journey, what I've learned, and what I'm learning. I'm going to be wrong many times. It's going to be painful many times. I'm going to hear people's comments, hear their opinions, their perspectives. I'm going to like it at times. I'm going to not like it at times. I'm probably going to second guess myself at times. I'm going to go through ups and downs, emotionally and psychologically. Why? Because I'm human. Why do you have those same up and downs? Because you're human. And it sounds simple to say that right now, like, yeah, because you're human, but isn't that the thing about life? Like, we go through emotions, we deal with emotions, we have them come into our awareness, we feel them in our body, and we think that that's 100% who we are. We have thoughts that come through our mind, come into our awareness. We think that's who we are. Now, this is just my perspective, what I'm about to say. You can think it's crazy, naive, impractical, woo-woo. But I'm the awareness behind that, that's seeing all that, seeing the thoughts, feeling the emotions, experiencing the external world. And so are you. But don't just take my opinion for it. Don't just say I'm right or I'm wrong. I suggest that you look at it yourself. Experience for yourself if I'm right or wrong. Because I may be. I may not be. It doesn't matter what I think about it. It really doesn't. But yeah, this is a little taste of like the stuff that I like talking about and want to share with the world. Integrate in rationality and beyond rationality and psychology and developmental models and spirituality and science and all these different things. I just want to integrate them. And I feel like it's so fascinating. And I mean, what else am I going to do? It brings me joy and it brings me a sense of fulfillment to be able to express myself and to share these different ideas. While at the same time, like, knowing that the futility of it, like, no matter what I say or how deep or intellectual or smart or wise or self-aware, whatever I say, in the deepest sense, it's just party tricks. It's trying to use language to construct a coherent self-identity, even though self-identity changes all the time. My license says I'm 5'7". I'm not exactly 5'7". There's some days I'm taller, some days I'm shorter. Some seconds I'm taller, some seconds I'm shorter. I'm 34 years old. That was back in September. Now it's January. Am I still 34 exactly? No. Every second I'm getting a little older. But we still use these arbitrary measurements that are required to keep a society and world functioning. And is that a paradox? Yes. I'm hesitant to bring this up, but if you contemplate deep enough, you may find that you don't find yourself. Well, at the same time, wherever you go, there you are. Now, that sounds probably crazy to a lot of people. Some people might feel angry by that, feel fear by that, feel like they're having an existential crisis by that. But it could be true. Now, for me, in my experience, in my perspective, it's true. But I can't say the same for you. It's where you have to discover it for yourself to see if it's true or not. And this might sound like I'm saying, this might sound like a religious thing, where I'm saying that, so I'm hesitant to say this because I don't want it to be misunderstood. What I'll say is, from my experience, probably tell I'm hesitant to even say this. From my experience, there's a lot of similarity between religion and New Age spirituality. There's a community aspect to it, and there is a sense of connecting with something deeper than yourself. But there's also a lot of tension between those two different belief systems. And I'll just keep it at that. Granted, there's a lot that I understand about both, and there's a lot that I don't understand about both. And I don't know how much would be beneficial to share my perspective on the internet, and if it would actually help the global community or if it would hurt it. There's a lot of conflict going on now. And yeah, I think I'll just shelf that. But yeah, I think at this point I'm just kind of finishing up with a video of, again, this is my first YouTube video for this channel, and I haven't had a lot of practice with videos, so this one's rough and I'm kind of all over the place and stuff like that, but I made the video and it's progress. And yeah, thank you for listening if you've listened this long, and hope you have a good day. Take care.